what do you call it?
Nimming.
Nimming?
Well, you've started a movement.
Like
Don't act like
acronym.
you know what that means.
no, I'm just repeating what he said. So how old were you when you got diagnosed? Okay.
I wasn't officially diagnosed until I was 21, but exposure therapy really helped me a lot.
What would they do in exposure therapy?
Like they wouldn't be uncomfortable for like 20 minutes and then they'll be like, see, nothing happened. I need to go back to exposure therapy.
How often do you go?
Twice a week.
Oh, wow.
And I miss it twice a week.
Are you a people pleaser?
I never really care when someone says something about my looks. When someone says something about my character, that's when I get really anxious. When you have OCD, you have this chronic thinking that you're like a bad person and you have this guilt. You'll need to tell every side of every situation. So that's why I'm like overly transparent.
I feel like you can go down a spiral.
I've been spiraling every single day recently. On the car here, like I had an entire spiral. How long did that last? 40 minutes? And by the way, it's
like
gonna
a whole car
it's gonna pick right up after we end this. It's gonna pick right up. I'm still thinking about it.
Jake, welcome to the squeeze.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Did you have to look up to remember the name?
Yeah, I remembered Jake, but then I forgot what show we were on.
I saw your eyes go up there and I was like, really?
It's like, Jake, welcome to What Are the Squeeze?
It's so good.
No, we are very excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this for so long.
Same.
Us too. Super fun. Okay, so we start each episode off with this jar.
Okay.
It's a game called Citrus Got Real.
Oh, okay.
If you want to pull a little question out of there.
Oh, okay. If only one season lasted the whole year, which one would you want it to be? Fall.
Easy. Fall.
Fall.
Oh, yeah.
I love fall.
Easiest question ever.
Yeah. That was really easy.
I'm so
Don't do
excited.
another one?
Yeah, like maybe that was really easy. Fall. I feel like everyone says fall. I mean, some people say summer, but that's crazy.
No.
If you could live in an animated movie, what would you choose?
Oof.
It's a great question. Maybe like, can you remind me of some animated movies? Like to jog my memory.
Oh, man.
Animated movies.
Like, what about like, is Shrek weird?
I wouldn't want to live in Shrek.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Shrek either.
I don't think I'd want to live in Shrek.
Okay, my bad. Stupid
No,
idea.
like no idea stupid is just not my Shrek is not my vibe. And like people say I look like Rumpelstiltskin and like I just don't want to get that comparison in real time, you know? I'm trying to think like what is an animated movie that maybe like Up? Or maybe I'd want to live in one with like superpowers.
Yeah.
Like what's one where they can like do things? Like Inside Out would be cool.
I was just gonna say
Inside Out would be
There's also Trolls.
No.
Dragon, Despicable Me.
No.
Minions.
No.
Kung Fu Panda.
No.
Ice Age.
No. None of these seem like enjoyable worlds for me. And like Inside Out is just too like that seems like the world I live in now.
Ooh, Sausage Party.
No. I'm
just
trying to think like what's Soul. I'd want to live in Soul. Have you seen the movie Soul?
No.
You got to see the movie Soul. It's like the only movie I like maybe teared up at ever.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't cry.
We got to see Soul.
Yeah, we do, I guess. So.
It's fantastic.
Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
No. Soul. So I'd want to live in Soul.
Or Coco.
All right.
Monsters Inc. Okay, I'm done. I'm done reading. Do you
Ooh,
have
Monsters Inc. could be a vibe. Oh, I would live in Monsters Inc.
Yeah, that would be fun.
as like a monster, like in the monster world?
No, a human that's like friends with them. I don't want to be a monster.
But they're not friends though.
But he could be.
Isn't that little girl friends with them?
Well, because she ran into the closet
Right.
and she doesn't really speak because she's a child.
What's her name again?
Boo.
Boo.
Ooh. Okay, well, that went from a very easy question to a
It's
little more
hard.
difficult.
I was like thinking, I was like, damn. Oh, well, now I can't. Okay, just move. We got to continue because I'll be on this for the rest of the time.
That's literally the entire episode. It's just us talking about animated movies. Okay, so I have to know where did the idea
You've never been asked this before, ever.
Where for octopus came from?
Yeah.
I was really bored and high, and I really like octopus, and my friend called it puss. Just came up with Pass the Puss, and I tried to make an Instagram, and that was taken. So I did Pass that Puss, and then I deleted it because I was like, oh my God, wait, I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for this. And then I remade it another week and just started posting these reviews of octopus. And it just kind of like grew and grew and grew and
So
grew.
that's how it started, was
Yeah.
the reviews of octopus.
Which I still do.
Yeah.
But that's how it started. Yeah, it was just
how
photos.
long ago was that?
It was fall of 2021.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. Wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fall of 2021.
3 years right now.
Yeah, but I didn't really start taking it like it really started. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
3 years. I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
What is your favorite kind of octopus? Like,
Grilled.
is it like, do you cook it ever?
I did. I used to in college.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Erewhon used to sell it, and I used to cook that and like put it into a pasta. It was so good.
Oh, wow. Do you like season? Like, I don't.
You like okay, so it comes already like cooked, like boiled.
Okay.
And then you have to put it. You like do a little like olive oil on like a pan, and you heat it up, and you put it on and crisp it and salt it, and it's amazing.
Have you always loved octopus?
My mom took me to get it once when I was like a sophomore in high school, and that's when I was like, oh, this is really good. But it was so
Wow.
expensive, so I could only go there when I was like feeling bougie in college, and like when I like made money from my job.
Yeah. Sorry, this is a sidebar. Did she take you specifically to eat octopus, or were you like at a sushi restaurant?
No, we were at a northern Italian restaurant,
Okay.
and it was
Sorry, I'm just very curious.
no, it was, and I was after I saw this Broadway play with her, and we just got it off the menu, and I was like, oh, like I actually really enjoy this, and I'm not like the biggest fish guy, so I like it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question on octopus. Could you, because coming from somebody who doesn't like octopus.
Have you ever had it?
Yes.
What type?
I don't know.
You don't know? It wasn't. Was it raw?
No, it wasn't raw.
Was it cooked?
Yeah.
Was it grilled?
Maybe.
Like, was it crispy?
No.
So you didn't have.
It was chewy.
So you didn't have good puss.
Okay. That's what I need to know, because I need to try.
No,
good
no, no.
puss.
I'll take you. You should. We'll go to Angelini in the Palisades. They have the best octopus in LA.
Okay.
Ooh.
The best. You would love it. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Okay.
You want it to taste like the chicken of the sea or the sausage of the sea?
Oh.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's like I'm very passionate about it.
Okay. Well,
I love that for you.
You need to take me then.
I will.
Because I'm willing to try again.
It's amazing.
Okay. Moving on from the puss. When did the abbreviation start?
Oh, like my like when I'm like, oh my God, like when I'm Nimin.
Yep.
Okay, so Julia, my best friend, was very sick. And I think this was last summer. So not brat summer, but the summer before.
Okay.
And she kept saying she was SFS, so like so fucking sick.
Okay.
And we went to Vegas, and Peyton got a Sprinter. It was for Peyton's birthday, and she got a Sprinter van to take us to Vegas, and the AC broke. And it was in July.
Oh no.
And so we were just like abbreviating everything, and we just thought it was funny, and it kind of just stuck, and like it helps us kind of like speak in code when we're out.
Yeah.
So like if like we're uncomfortable somewhere, we'll be like, oh, like Tisa, like this is so awkward.
Got it.
So but like you'll
So
but
good.
you'll conjugate it, because Tisa can also mean this is so annoying, but like we'll know what each other means.
Yeah.
Julie is the best at it. Like she'll guess everything, or like if we're like uncomfortable, like tib, this is bad, this bad, this bad. Or like Kino, like he is not okay. Like if Matt was annoying me, we'd be like, oh my God, like Mino,
Okay.
Matt is not okay.
Yeah.
And like it'll just work like that. But that's when that started. It started about like a year ago.
Okay.
It cracks me up. It's one of my favorite things to look at your comment section
yeah.
on videos, and everyone just like doing
Their own.
It just works. It just like it really works. It's like a language. It's like it really works when you're out and you don't want people to hear you. Like you're like, this is so annoying. Or like you'll be like you're like peeing mo, like you're pissing me off. Like I just like it works. Like you'll have to be there in the moment. Like but you're like, it just works. Like you'll everyone will know what you're talking about in the situation. You'll be like, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've started a movement.
Thank you. I tried.
Yeah.
It really is a movement.
I tried.
You should be proud of yourself for that.
Thank you.
2 movements we didn't know we needed: octopus and what do you call it?
Nimin.
Nimming.
Nimming.
Nim-
Nimming.
like
Don't
acronym
act like
in.
you know what that means.
No, I'm just repeating what he's saying.
Yeah.
You're like, babe, come on.
I have ears.
Nimming. Wow, I like that. Okay, I feel like I've been enlightened in so many different topics.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into this mental health stuff because
Yes.
I am just like excited to hear about you and your journey, and your story. But I know that you grew up with undiagnosed OCD.
Right.
I like can't imagine how hard that is to like have that as a child. I mean, have it in general, but like, you know, as a
Right.
child, that is just like a whole.
Not knowing
It
what's
was
going
miserable.
on.
Yeah.
I knew what was going. Well,
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you know it was going on, or was it your parents that were like that noticed it?
I don't know. I can't even remember when I figured out what it. I knew it was weird. I started when I was like 7 or 8, and I started touching things evenly, and then it was like very much like good luck, bad luck. Like if I don't do this, I'll get bad luck. If I don't do this, I'll get good luck. And then like once it started to get noticeable, like my parents were like, "What?" Like I remember I was at a restaurant once, and I was like touched, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And my dad would get like really pissed off about it, and I was like, I don't know what to tell you. And then it went away. And then I'll never forget. Did you ever watch Victorious as a kid?
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember they used to have the slap?
Yeah.
So I made an account, like they had like a joke, the slap. And so that was like my first foray into social media. And that night my OCD came back.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting? Like the first time I ever touched social media, it was that. And it wasn't even real social media. But I remember that night my OCD coming back.
How long of a time span do you
I think
remember?
it was like a year or 2 years off. It was like 2 years off of it. And it was like something that I had when I was a kid, like when I was really young, like 7 or 8. And I think I was like 11 and I made this account and it came back.
Yeah. When it came back, was it the same?
It was like the same, like touching evenly. Like once it just like gets in your head, it just like festers.
Yeah. When were you like, I need to like talk with someone, I need to like seek help? How long did it take for you to get help there?
I was always in therapy. I don't think I was in the right therapy. And then like I eventually was just like, I'm gonna trudge past this. Like like everyone was like, you'll grow out of it, you'll grow out of it, you'll grow out of it. So I was like, okay, my parents were very against medication. Like they were not down for it. So I was like, okay, like there's nothing I can do. I was unmedicated for 21 years of my life. But then when I was working at this record label in college, that was my full-time job before this. I was really passionate about it. And I really didn't, and I had this like fear of getting fired. And it's just like when you have OCD, like you go from like one extreme to the next. So like my OCD and it still is to this, is like if you don't do this, you're gonna get fired. So that was like my thing. And it was taking me a really long time to complete my tasks. I was an intern at the time. And I was like, I can't. Like I'm 21 years old. Like I need to be medicated.
Yeah.
And it was like during COVID, it was bad. And I didn't want to lose a job or not do well at a job at something I actually cared about because of something that like I could fix.
Yeah.
Is it common for kids to grow out of it, or was that just something?
Well, there was just people that would always tell me, oh, I had that when I was a kid and I grew out of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. That's like what they said to me.
Right.
But I did not grow out of it.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you got diagnosed?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I wasn't officially diagnosed until I was 21.
Okay.
But I remember getting really upset because I would tell people and like I'd be like, well, I have OCD. And they would be like, well, no, you don't. Have you been diagnosed? I'm like, well, okay, like I know I have OCD.
Right.
Like I'm like
Yeah.
commenting something and deleting it and commenting it again 4 times over. And like I know I have OCD.
Right.
Like I knew I had it.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't a thing where you got diagnosed and you like felt this huge sense of relief.
No, I've known I've had it since like I think there used to be this show on TV called OCD with Dr. Drew or something. Do you guys know who Dr. Drew is?
Yeah.
He used to do like celebrity rehab or whatever, but he like did celebrity rehab for OCD. I'm pretty sure I watched it when I was like 9 and I was like, oh, I have that. I'm pretty sure my dad might have told me I had OCD when I was like 8 or something. I forget how I knew, but I knew I had it.
Yeah.
Right.
Since being on medication, how has your OCD changed?
It's way more controllable. Like I can silence it a lot easier. Like I can like move past the compulsion. Like I used to like not be able to get out of bed if I wasn't able to do this one thing. Like I would have a hard time showering. Like it was like getting to the point where like I couldn't shower, everything. And like I was lazy, but I was lazy because everything took so much like work in my head for it to happen. Like that's why I was lazy. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, I was also just lazy, but like everything took 10 times longer.
Yeah.
And so I was like, everything took so much effort. So I can do a lot more now that I'm medicated because of this. But exposure therapy really helped me a lot. Like I remember, oh my God, this is when I was getting really frustrated. I would have this, I'm very passionate about music. I used to work in music.
Yeah.
It's like, I used like in another life, I worked in sync. Like I would like sync, like in a movie or a TV show where they sing songs to certain scenes. Like that was like my dream job for a while. And I had a very hard time adding stuff to my playlist. I would have to add it and delete it and add it and delete. Oh my God, I literally like shivers. Like it was like the worst. It was during the peak of COVID. And like, I was like, this is annoying. Like I just want to like be in like a person like that can just add stuff to their playlist and do something so small, but it really bothered me. Yeah. So I worked on that in exposure therapy and that really helped me. I need to go back to exposure therapy, honestly. But the medication really helped. Like it really like, I'm like, okay, like it like I'm able to just like do something and forget about it. Whereas I would do it and like I wouldn't stop thinking about it in the past.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of really good things about exposure
Well,
therapy.
it's great.
What would they do in that instance? What would they do in exposure therapy?
Like they would like make me add a song to my playlist and sit there and be uncomfortable for like 20 minutes. And then they'll be like, see, nothing happened.
Huh.
It's just like to like retrain.
Yeah, it's like retraining.
How you.
Right.
Have you done EMDR?
No, what's that?
Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. I've done EMDR.
What does it do?
You basically, I did it over Zoom. Okay. It works. You can do it over Zoom because over Zoom you can like it's like bilateral tapping, or like in person it's like your eyes are like moving. Like
but it's mainly used
something.
for trauma.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
Or just reprocessing of things.
Got it.
But I did it and I loved it.
Oh, I'm gonna look into it. I miss therapy today, so I miss therapy like twice a week. It's actually really bad.
How often do you go?
Twice a week.
Oh wow.
And I miss it twice a week.
I was gonna say, wow, that's great.
Yeah. She calls me and I'm like, oh girl, I'm sorry. Again, I can't do this.
Yeah, that's I book Taylor's therapy appointments.
Yeah.
And
I'll never book them. So she's like, oh, by the way, you have therapy tomorrow
morning.
And
then she'll get mad at you if you skip it. So you have to do it.
Yeah. He's like, babe, I have nothing to talk about. And then he goes and he comes home and he's like, oh, happy.
Oh, you do it in person? I do it over the phone.
You do?
I can't. But I told her, I was like, I think I need to start coming to you in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. I'll say this. I'm annoyed every time she lets me know I have an appointment.
Yeah.
But I've never left annoyed that I went. Like,
okay.
I'm always, every time I've left, I've been like, okay, you know what? Thanks for booking that. Like,
yeah.
That was needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Got
thank you.
Honey.
I have one more question on this OCD thing. Have you seen the way your OCD presents itself change as you've gotten older?
Yeah, it just like it's so situational. Like there's like, yeah, actually, like it used to. I mean, that's a good question. Just like my rituals and my things like constantly change and evolve.
Yeah,
like the commenting thing came back the other day, and I was like, ugh. Like it happens when I get really anxious about things, or I'm really antsy about things that are coming up, and I'm really like anxious about like making sure I do a good job or making sure like things that I want to happen. Like then it comes up really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it started like manifesting in like my workouts. That obviously didn't happen when I was 8. Like how my nighttime routine, it really just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just evolves.
I am always looking for nutritious options to add to my routine. And it's also important to me that they taste just as good as they are good for you and something that isn't super expensive. And I need to tell you about Orgain's protein shakes. I found Orgain probably, let's see now, like 4 or 5 years ago. I started bringing them to school with me when I was in nursing school. And then that just carried on to when I started working in the hospital. They are just easy on the go protein shakes that are filled with 30 grams of protein. And they taste so great, which is so good. So on my break, I didn't have time to sit down and eat a full meal. I would just be able to sip this drink throughout the day, and it tasted good and it was good for me. And Orgain's protein shakes are an excellent source of complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids in them. These things are truly great. They're so easy. They're for a great price and they taste great. And you guys need to try them out if you haven't already. Orgain's 30-gram protein shakes are available at Costco and Orgain.com. If you want to get in on a delicious protein-packed nutrition today, head to Orgain.com/squeeze and use code SQUEEZE for 20% off your order. Once again, that's ORGAIN.com/squeeze for 20% off. And make sure you use our promo code SQUEEZE so that they know that we sent you. Who doesn't want one less thing to think about, especially when it comes to working out? That's what is so great about Tonal. From picking the perfect weight to tracking your progress to suggesting what to do next based on your muscle readiness, Tonal takes the guesswork out of getting a great workout. If you guys have not heard of this Tonal machine, you need to listen up and you need to check it out. I first tried this Tonal machine at our trainer's gym, and it is truly just one of the coolest machines ever. It's super smart. It's powered by AI, and it learns how you work out as you go. And we recently got one installed into our home gym, and I am just so excited about it. It's really just like an all-in-one workout, and you guys just need to check it out. It's truly it's the coolest thing. It's like having a personal trainer in your home because of how this machine adapts and learns your body and your workouts. And right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code SQUEEZE. That's tonal.com. Use promo code SQUEEZE for $200 off your purchase. That's tonal.com, promo code SQUEEZE for $200 off. You guys go to this. You guys have to check it out. I'm telling you, it is truly so cool. How has that like adjustment been for you? Like now, like having fame and like being, a very predominant on social media, like having OCD and anxiety. How has that affected you?
Not as bad as I still think I'm gonna get fired, but instead of like by my boss, it's like by people.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like like that. It's like the same fear in a different font.
Yeah.
So it's like this. It's like it's the same stress.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely a little more stressed out than I was, but like I think back to like when I worked a 9 to 5 and I was like, I was also just as equally stressed out. Like, and I always thought I was being perceived by everyone. Like this is like the same exact feeling I feel like I've had these same feelings my entire life.
Yeah.
Is like what I think. But yeah, it's definitely like makes me more anxious.
Are you a people pleaser?
Yeah. 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 And that's why I'm like, I never really care when someone says something about my looks. Like I could not care any less. Like I don't care. Like it's whatever.
Wow.
When someone says something about my character, that's when I get really anxious and really offended because when you have OCD, I actually learned this the other day, like you have this chronic thinking that you're like a bad person. I've been learning a lot on TikTok, and they're like, you have this fear that you're a bad person and you've done something bad, and you have this guilt. And I remember feeling guilt from a very young age, like always feeling guilty and always needing to tell. And so like sometimes like you'll need to tell every side of every situation. So that's why I'm like overly transparent. I think that's where it comes from, honestly.
Because I was going to ask you about that. You're obviously very transparent and vulnerable on social media. I was going to ask, like, at the beginning, was that ever scary, or that's just who you are and you're like, I can't help it?
I think it was, I can't help it. It was like, if I'm not, this is not going to be successful and I'm not going to do well if I'm not myself, and like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds cheesy, but it's like, I also want this, like, I don't know. Like, it was like, I feel like no one's like, people can read if I'm like not being myself, and then like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah. I feel like it's really awesome, like that you are yourself online, because like you can, like even like before meeting you, like I could tell that you're like you are authentically yourself
Yeah.
online, and it's just like it's more inviting almost, like as you know, a follower. And I have like so much respect for people that are like content creators and like do social media, because the way you like, I would say there's a difference between like content creator, online person, and celebrity, in the sense of celebrities, like, you know, people that are actors, they'll go, they'll
Right.
act in a movie and they'll go home, they
Right.
won't post on their social media.
Right.
Whereas you're like literally sharing, you know, all your late night thoughts of, you know, these things and what's
Right.
going on. And it's like such a more vulnerable thing. So I just have so much respect, obviously, for both, but like for people like you that literally like just like share everything.
Yeah, it's I enjoy it. It honestly makes me feel more validated.
Yeah.
Like, and also like when I'm not being my full self, like my my followers will be like, who I call pussies. My pussies will be like, girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they can read me.
They know.
Yeah.
They know.
But is the flip side, I could just be making this up, I don't know. Is the flip side you're so open and vulnerable and just, you know, unapologetically you that that could get you in trouble and, you know, get you canceled? Like, does that ever cross your mind that, like, you know, because people are just so judgy like these
Yeah,
days?
like for example, yesterday I made a TikTok. Have you guys seen the movie Uglies?
Haven't
Never
seen it
watched
yet.
yet.
Okay, so I was like, I don't understand like the problem, right? Like I don't get it.
Right.
Like everyone's pretty and partying all the time. Like that sounds awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't understand the issue here. And like that, and I was like, can I, like, I know that's something so little, but I was like, oh my God, am I gonna get in trouble? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Like, it's funny. My thing is, if it's funny and it's gonna make someone laugh, like, that's just like the name of the game.
Yeah.
I'm also like, I like to make people laugh. Like at the crux of all of this, like I like the whole point is like I want someone to leave laughing, and like, yeah, sometimes
It's like a comedian.
Yeah,
You're a comedian, and
Thank you.
I mean, comedians can you know
Get in
get
trouble.
away with
Yeah.
a lot more because it's their
I think
job.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does scare me though. Like I'm always scared of getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, with everything I post. But that's why I'm like overly transparent. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna beat you to it.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna say I'm like reaching for attention, like don't worry, like I've included in this that I'm only doing this for attention.
Right.
So that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
That's so good. Okay. I want to talk about a hyperfixation that you
Yes.
have found comfort in.
Pop stars? Uh-huh. Yes.
When I first like read that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like so silly. But then I like read a full on article like about like each stage of your life and each like person or like group. And I was like, wait, this is actually like the coolest, like sweetest thing I've actually ever heard.
I was so proud of that. Thank you.
It was really good.
Wait,
Thank you.
can someone fill me in?
I wrote this article basically on, so when you have OCD, you hyperfixate on things. For example, when I was in my best childhood friend reminded me of this yesterday. When I was in 6th grade, I hyperfixated on shampoos, and I was like obsessed with shampoo, and like I would like I was clinically addicted to shampoo, and like I would like try out all the different shampoos, and like I would line them up. It was like a whole to do. But so I love pop stars. Like it's like a very like gay thing. Like I love Lady Gaga. I love Taylor Swift. I love pop stars, and I become very entranced in their world, and I'm like become like their advocate if someone becomes a naysayer, and like
Right.
it's just like a passion of mine.
And this goes back.
Yeah, like to probably 2006, 7, 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I think who's the first one I talk about? Lady Gaga, right? Or no, it's the Cheetah
Cheetah?
Girls. Cheetah Girls. Yeah, the Cheetah Girls were my first
So
obsession.
good.
Yeah, I just love them. They like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I clearly do because I wrote an article about it. But I don't know. I just, they just calm me down.
If you're gonna, I mean, out of all the things you could
Yeah.
fixate on, I feel like that is like a really good one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Who's your latest one? Or is there like an under the radar?
Oh, like my current like
Up-and-comer.
person that I'm like listening to their whole discography. It's,
Yeah.
it's Ariana right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like in a big Ariana phase.
Okay.
Like really, 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 really big. Like every album, like I love her. Love her, love her, love her.
So like with her, how did you get on to her? And then like, have you listened to all of her like previous albums, or when you're like, ooh, I really, like this song, and then you deep dive into like everything?
I first started listening to her with her first album, Yours Truly, because I was a Victorious fan.
Okay.
And so like I just listened to it in 8th grade on the way to school every single day. And, but I never really, when Thank You Next came out, I wasn't so in it.
Yeah.
And then like getting to like rediscover that album was like cool.
Yeah.
Like, or discover it, because I never really it's cool like in a moment when you don't like really dive into an album, and then like a few years later you do, and you're like, I can't believe I didn't do this when it was out.
Yeah. I
At
just
the
had that recently with the Reputation album.
Yeah, that happens to me with some Taylor. No, actually, that doesn't. But like,
I was just gonna say, I definitely watched an interview.
I was about to be like,
finishing lyrics.
I don't think that has happened to me with Taylor, but that happened to me with Lana.
Okay.
With a lot of Lana albums.
Yeah.
And I had a whole summer 2022. Like I just did her entire discography, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. You like discover all these songs you didn't know about. Like it's cool.
Have you seen this video of him finishing the Taylor lyrics?
I don't think so.
Which one?
I either you posted it
No,
or
was
it
I
was
naming
on.
the track 5s?
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
it was-
That's what
it was it.
Yes.
I'm pretty well versed.
He thought it was impressive that I like named the eras, but that's really easy, or like the albums, and that's very
like
very easy
algebra.
to do.
That's like algebra 1.
He was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "You could also probably
Yeah,
do this." So I don't know why
anyone-
you're surprised
yeah.
by that.
Huh,
But
okay.
no, he's literally like naming the literal.
Track
Yeah, you could
5
literally-
on
you-
each
literally.
album.
I could do it right now.
Wow.
What? Cold as You is for debut. White Horse is Fearless. Dear John is Speak Now. 1989. No, Red is the 4th. Sorry. All Too Well is Red. 1989 is All You Had to Do Was Stay. Reputation is Delicate. Lover is The Archer. Folklore is My Tears Ricochet. Evermore is Tolerate It. Midnights is You're on Your Own, Kid. And the Tortured Poets Department is So Long, London.
Those are track 5 on each album.
Yeah.
Wow.
Impressive.
That is impressive. Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, I literally was like, "Oh my gosh, he's still going. He's still going." I remember watching. I was probably on TikTok or something. I don't remember what you did it for.
It's just
but
like when I tell you, like, it's just like I know it, like front, back, left, center, like.
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it.
Jeez.
Something that you've talked about is something I feel is like a very like real thing, whether you're like in the public eye or even just like
Relatable. Yeah.
relatable, and everyone has gone through this at some point in their life, whether they want to admit it or not, is fear of being forgotten and left out.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is such a real thing. Like reading it, I was like, wait, that's actually something I know that everyone in their life has
Right.
gone through and like related with. Has that always been a part of your life, or do you feel that's been amplified since Fame?
It's definitely been amplified.
Yeah.
But it's, do you know the song Mastermind? I always think of the lyric, like, no one wanted to play with me as a little kid. So I've
Yeah.
been scheming like a criminal ever since. Like, that is like kind of how I feel. Like, I remember like people not wanting to play with me, or like, like I've just had like certain instances in my life where I've been left out and like been whatever. And it just like, it shapes you. And like, I love attention, and I'm just like, I'm terrified of people forgetting about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like becoming like a blimp.
Yeah. How has that changed since Fame?
It's just like a little more amplified.
Yeah.
It's way more amplified actually, because when I was working a 9 to 5, I was just, I don't know, I was like, all I had to worry about, the people who wouldn't forget me were the people, my best friends and my family. But now I think about everyone forgetting me
Yeah.
and them.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just like it's way more amplified.
Yeah.
I feel like you can take that thought and go down a spiral.
Yeah, you
with
do.
It.
Yeah. I'm like terrified of like being like, that's why I'm like, I'll post like, I need attention. Like just someone tell me that like they care.
Yeah.
At least you're honest.
No,
Yeah.
it's so hard. I feel like I've also like, obviously I've gone through that in life, but we'll be out and like I'll meet someone who is famous and I'm like, I walk away from that conversation and I've never done this before, but since I'm like, oh, did I like, I feel like I have a lot of like Chandler moments from Friends where I like say things. I'm like, oh, that could have
Right.
sounded not right.
Yeah.
And I feel like I find myself leaving conversations sometimes and I'm like, wait, did I say something like just like spiraling? Even sometimes I am normal and nothing happened.
Thinking about
A
Yeah.
fucking
everything you
spiral.
said
Yeah.
and-
I've been spiraling every single day recently. It's been bad recently. Like every single day is a new spiral.
How do you like get yourself out of it if you do?
I don't. Like Matt
gotta
can
get
tell you
through
on
it.
the car here, like I had an entire spiral. How long did that last? 40 minutes? And by the way, it's
like
gonna
the
pick,
whole car
it's gonna pick right up after we end this. It's gonna pick right up. I'm still thinking about it. No. But it's like and at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, like it wasn't that serious. But in the moment, it feels so fucking serious. There's like nothing I can do. And it's a new thing every single day. It's a brand new thing.
Yeah. How are you not afraid to like you just hosted the carpet for
Oh yes.
like obviously like getting that you're like I have to do this. Is there a part of you that's like how do you do that knowing that you could spiral from like an interaction or something?
I did. I did.
She's like that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I did. I did it though, but I did. Like after everyone, I like would look at Louise and be like,
Well, good for you.
"Thank you," and
That
it
you
wasn't
did it.
live, so I'd be like, "Maybe not. Maybe none of that."
I mean, I think that's really impressive.
Thank
that
you. It was
still do
scary.
that,
Had
'cause-
you met Katy Perry before?
No, that was the first time I ever met her.
Because I did see that clip. That was
Yes, yeah, she's awesome. She was staying in my hotel, so I kept seeing her in my hotel.
cute. Funny.
And then I almost said that to her, but then I didn't want to like out where she was staying.
Right.
But yeah, she was staying in my hotel.
That was such a sweet moment, though.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was cute. Did you have fun doing that?
It was really fun. I felt really good about myself.
Oh, good.
was
That
a
makes
good
me
show.
happy. Are there any tools or resources that you find most helpful when it comes to your mental health?
I don't use good ones.
That's okay.
Reality TV.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's a good one. I take that back.
Yeah.
Weed,
Okay.
like a lot of weed, which like isn't like it's not like it's not great, but like it
Too
really
much or the perfect amount?
not too much.
Okay.
Like last night, like I was manic all day. Like I'm like straight up, man. Like it was bad. Like I was like freaking out. And then I smoked a joint and I was like, oh, it's not that serious. Like, what the fuck do I do? And I had to call everyone and be like, I'm so sorry. Like like I don't know what to tell you. Like
But it helps bring you back down to
it brings
earth.
me
It,
at
like,
the end of a
settle-
long day, it's like a glass of wine. It like brings
Right.
me back down to earth. Reality TV, music, like a night out to just let off some steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are like my big, and working out. Working out does wonders. It just takes effort.
Yeah, your freaking cold plunge video that you do did you see that? You went
Oh yeah, I went
underwater.
under for a really long time. That wasn't good for me though. Like I don't know why I did that, and like my head really hurt after.
What did you do?
I went under a cold plunge for like a minute.
You know how Aloe has the cold plunges?
Uh-huh. But not your head.
No, my
Went
head.
under.
Like holding your breath for that
Yeah,
long?
and I found it, and I was like, "This is weirdly easy." I wonder why. Maybe it's because I'm like shocked into like not breathing, and then like my head started to hurt, and I was like, "Well, I got to get out of here."
Are you supposed to put your head under?
I think
It looked impressive.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think
Huh. Yeah, cold plunging is tough for me.
I love cold plunging.
Really?
I like cryotherapy more now.
Yeah.
I am so scared to try that. I like
Cryo?
Yeah, but
Oh
I have
my
a
God,
fear
it's
I'm
so-
gonna like
It's
freeze
way
off.
better
It's
than
the
cold
cold
plunge,
plunging,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
jinx.
The wet
Yeah.
of cold plunge is what makes it
Yeah.
unbearable.
You're
for
not
me.
afraid you're gonna like that's gonna freeze you and you're gonna like
No, I
be able-
walk in there, I do it on the coldest button, and I do for 3 minutes, and I sing Cruel Summer because the entire thing is 3 minutes. So I sing it and then I leave.
Yeah. Because 3 minutes is like the most you're supposed to do, right?
No, I think you can do like 4.
Okay.
I hope.
Okay. Do you wear like the gloves?
I wear
and
gloves
the-
and booties.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. It's not It's not
awesome.
bad. And you
It's
feel
awesome.
so good,
So good.
when you leave. You're like
Okay.
walking out of that
It's like a
building
drug.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you've had like 10 coffees, but not the bad side effects.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Does
you feel-
aloe have one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, I much prefer cryo.
Me too.
Oh, Glenn.
Glenn.
I just made that.
We love Glenn.
I love
connect in my
Glenn.
head.
Who doesn't love Glenn?
Exactly.
He grew up. I mean, you could speak for yourself.
We I've known him since we were like children.
Well, because you guys did Shark Boy and Lava Girl together.
Okay, a lot of people do this. I was in Shark Boy. He was in Spy Kids 4.
Fucking hell. I thought he was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I wish. But he was in one of the Spy
Are you sure?
Yeah. But he was in Spy Kids 3.
Yeah, he
or
was. You're
4.
right. You're right.
But we did do Scream Queens.
Yes, you
2
did.
together. But we were in acting class together when we were like kids, like early teenagers.
Aw.
So that's where
He's the man.
he really is. I'm so happy for everything.
He deserves
happening for
every
him.
bit of that success. Really and truly. He's such a hard worker. He's so talented. He's so nice too.
Such a good dude.
So nice when
nice.
like good things happen to nice people.
Exactly.
Yeah. One of our best friends, like, what was the first movie?
What was the first? Oh, like recently?
Yeah. What was he in that? Where did it start with?
Well,
Did it start with
Top
Twisters
Gun-
or was
no,
it?
Top Gun?
She just like, we have like this running joke that she loves Glenn.
Yeah.
And we went and saw Twisters and we just had a lot of jokes going.
Yeah.
She
And-
replayed that, white
Where he
shirt
comes out
rain
in the white
scene
shirt.
about
Of
1,000
course,
times in
of
her head.
course.
Yeah.
And
Who
she's
didn't?
like, Boite, we call each other Boite, Girl Tay, our friends do. She's like, Boite, like, you want to set us up? Like, just joking all the
Yeah.
time.
She keeps asking me. She's like, "Do you know if is Glenn single? Like, what's the deal?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Well, just slip my name in there.
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do."
So her birthday was last month and we surprised her. Taylor texted Glenn and he like made a little video for her and we like,
He's the best.
yeah,
He was so sweet.
He's
it
the
was
best.
so cute.
Like I'm the worst. I mean, because I know what it feels like, but I hate asking anybody for anything. It pains me. But this girl is one of our best friends, and she's obsessed with him. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna shoot Glenn a text.
Right.
No press.
Right.
And he responds with, "Tell me all about her. Like what? Like tell me about her." And he like literally is asking all these questions about her, and then he sends this video that just like talks all about her. It's the
she
sweetest.
freak
video
out?
ever. Yes. So we got her a T-shirt with his face all over it.
You know the cool shirts that it like says a name and then it's like 6 photos.
Oh, it
of-
looks like very early 2000s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
yes.
6 Glens.
So I
Yeah.
had on the TikTok shop, I had got her like a Glenn that was like Twisters.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I got her that and we made her like put it on and then we
She's
had
wearing it. She thinks that's the gift, but we're filming her, and she's like, "What's going on? Like, I got
Yeah.
the T-shirt. Like, what's?" And all of a sudden, he pops up on the TV in the video.
Did she
starts
freak
playing.
out?
she
Yeah.
was so embarrassed. She was like, I actually can't like meet him now. Like
No,
not even
but
like
that's the
honestly
thing
was
is,
more
like,
mad.
She could, and like he'd be like, "Oh, like he's the best."
She was trying to like cover the T-shirt as she was watching it. She's like, "I need to take this
Yeah,
off."
yeah.
It was the funniest thing, but it was so sweet of him to do that.
Yes,
It
we
was
all,
great.
we all love Glenn.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your podcast.
Oh, yes.
I'd love to know, is there a conversation or a guest that you've had that you're just like, that was the most fun or
The coolest.
Yeah.
It's
I
tough to
have
say.
fun
He's had
during
some
all of
bangers.
them, but I really loved my episode with Role Model and my episode with John Summit. And I just love the episodes with my best friends.
Yeah.
Like those are, but I love all of them. Like I have so much fun doing all of them. But like the Role Model one was just funny because we had nothing in common, and the John Summit one was the first time I ever like drank during a podcast, and we got like so drunk, and like everyone, everyone was over. Like it was just so fun. It was fun. Like I had fun doing it.
yeah. Do you like podcasting?
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's I'm taking a break right now in between seasons.
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're fantastic at it.
Oh, thank you. You
And-
guys are awesome at it.
Thank you. And while you're on this break, you're on tour.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's so fun.
So exciting.
Therapist Live.
Yes.
Tell us about it. What can people expect?
It's really just like a therapist episode in real life. It's very interactive. It's It's just a show.
Yeah.
I promise I'll make you laugh. It'll be fun.
21 shows.
21, right, Matt? 21 shows. Thank you. 21 shows.
That's impressive.
21 shows. Yeah, we're doing 19 in 1 month, and then there's 2 in November.
Okay.
Whoa.
I don't want to make you pick favorites here, but if there's like a place that you're excited to go,
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Okay.
Yep. It was the first place I ever did a live show. And I thought no one was going to show up, and everyone showed up, and it was like the best night of my life, and I'll never forget it.
Wow.
I have friends that live there.
I love Fayetteville, Arkansas, and it wasn't on the tour routing at first. And I said, I won't do this if Fayetteville isn't on it.
I love
So
that.
you need to put it on, or we're not doing this.
Oh, cool.
Fayetteville, you better show up.
Yeah.
They will. They will.
No doubt. No
Fayetteville
doubt.
always shows up for me.
I love it. We'll leave a link down below for everyone watching to go get a ticket
Yeah.
and go see the therapist
We
himself.
need to go.
Yeah, you guys. Well, I guess I do have more than a few dates in November, but I start in October, go to November 3rd, break, and then I have a show in San Francisco on the 21st and LA on the 22nd.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll definitely.
please.
Add it to the cow. I love
Done.
it. Okay. Let's do our lemon 7.
Okay. Yes.
Last segment.
Okay.
7 questions. You could rapid fire them. You could, if you feel like,
need to
it's
explain.
sharing your
Right.
whole life story, you go
Right.
for it. You want to
All
start
right.
us off?
Yes. Number 1. What movie or song title best describes your mental health today?
Today, The Archer by Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
That's how I feel.
Love it. You liked that one?
It's my favorite Taylor Swift song.
Is
Oh,
it?
really?
Yeah, it's of all time.
Wow.
I just like how honest she is in it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It is a good song. I'm thinking of the lyrics.
I feel like that's not a popular favorite song of all time of hers, though.
And
right?
you know
Yeah.
what? I've died on this hill. So
Yeah?
and it's been gotten more popular, but I've died
You've
on
always-
this hill.
Yeah.
I always have.
Okay.
So
I respect
I
it.
love that.
Mine's 10-minute version.
of course. Yeah.
It's just
it's awesome.
I've listened to it every time. This is my little ritual that I do when we're landing on a plane. I
love
don't
that.
like flying, but when we're
Yeah.
landing, when there's like 10 minutes left on the little screen,
You-
I'll literally play it,
Turn
and
that
so it distracts
Gets you
me.
till you're on the ground.
But every time I put it on, I'm like, oh my gosh, this song is so good.
yeah.
Like every time I listen to it, I'm like,
I also love like "'Tis the Damn Season." It feels
Yes.
like winter.
Yeah.
Like the guitar. Oh my god, it's so good.
yeah,
Vibe.
the whole album. Okay, sorry. Back on track. Number 2, how open are you with people in your life when struggling?
Uh,
Do you follow me on social media?
too open.
Yeah, that one answers itself.
So you agree? You think I'm too open?
He didn't hesitate.
Yeah, I'm a little too open.
He's like, I'm dreading this car ride.
Oh, honestly, same. Like honestly, like I don't want to think about what I was thinking about before.
No.
Have you gotten any updates on it in the middle of this? That's not a good sign. Continue.
Okay, we're gonna find out when we're not
Yeah.
rolling anymore. Number 3, if you could only follow 3 social media accounts, can go across platforms, but you can only follow 3.
Oh my
Who would they
god.
be? Be careful.
Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Just like obviously, so, like
Correct. Yeah.
obviously. Like, can I look at who I follow?
Sure.
Who do I follow? Okay, who do I like? I'm trying to think. Okay, Taylor Swift. I don't know. Like,
Just your friends, maybe?
no, like of course my friends, but I have more than 2 friends. So like, it's like I can't pick here. So I'm foregoing that one. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's why I said be careful.
so Taylor Swift. I don't.
We'll go Taylor Swift, Taylor Lautner, and Taylor Lautner.
Yeah,
There we go.
There we go.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All the Taylors. That's good. I really thought you were gonna like come in blazing with that question.
I don't like. I'm trying. Like, there's like.
He's like my son.
Next question. Yeah, myself.
Number 4 is, what is your favorite form of self-care?
Smoking weed.
Yes. Yes. All right, number 5. What would you say is the most misunderstood thing about you?
Not much.
Not much.
I don't leave much to the imagination.
It's a good answer. We've never had that answer, actually. I love that.
Yeah, it's true. Number 6 is who has had the most positive impact on your mental health?
Honestly, probably Taylor Swift.
Cute.
Probably Taylor Swift. Or my manager, Zach.
Okay.
One of them, too.
That's
love
great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Last but not least, you don't have to think about this one. If you could go back to one moment in time, which moment would that be, and what would you say to yourself?
Oh my God. So I know the answer immediately.
Okay.
I was offered to do an acting class after I did Thoroughly Modern Millie in 6th grade, and I said no, and I regret it every day of my life.
Okay.
So
There we
I
go.
would go back and I would do that acting class.
It's not too late.
No, I know. Like I do acting now. Like I try to act. I do classes. I like audition for stuff. But like I wish I did it when I was 11.
Yeah.
You know, would have been a
You
nice
do-
little bit of a
you
20-year
do
head.
classes? Wow.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's go. I love that.
Yeah, I love that for you. Well, thanks for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me. This was so fun. This was so relaxing.
I know. It was nice. I'm excited to make some TikToks now.
Same. Let's make some TikToks.
Yes.
Some
We love you,
ideas.
and we'll see you on tour.
See you on tour. Oh yeah, I'll see you on tour.